thought it would be cool if you could have a party where the crowd were part of the moments that happened in the night. That was kind of what Waxy Jam meant, or what it does mean, should I say. That's what Waxy Jam does mean, is to jam and to come together. So you turn up as individuals, but you leave feeling as one. When I left England, I was burnt out, to be honest. I'd been touring extensively, like, for years. Do you know what I mean? And I'd got to that point where I'd actually thought about, like, quitting DJing, hanging up the headphones, because I kind of lost the connection. I was paying too much attention to the outside, you know. And coming back to Ibiza, it reminded me of the essence of what it is that I do and why I love it. I was approached by DJ Ants, on the legendary DJ from the island, about this new project, which was a restaurant called Aura. It was on the San Juan Road. And what happened was just people gravitated towards the night. It just got a unique kind of crowd to it and felt like more of a community rather than just a night. And really, that was kind of the birth of Waxy Jam. My percussionist who I've worked with for the last 25 years, a guy called Shovel, the Drum Warrior. He knows me inside out musically, do you know what I mean? And then Wolfgang Hafner, who's like a world famous jazz drummer. And then a good friend of mine goes under a DJ named Neged, Dan Ward, who's also part of Acid Mondays. And then there was Ricky Rankin, the MC, who'd also sang on my Inner Space Out of Sound album and Thoughts album. Us as a family, like as musicians and friends, because we just trust and we can feel each other's space rhythmically. So there was already a history there and a connection with the people that created this platform of Waxy Jam.
George Evelyn, aka Nightmares on Wax.
Just a 70s baby, early 80s child, reminiscing about the days in a brick backyard. Just a 70s baby, early 80s.
The previous year I'd played these other clubs and stuff like that, and the gigs were fine, but I just felt there was just a machine, and I was like, I want to take it back to what it's meant to be about. I thought, what about just let's all listen to some music together and just have a great time. Do you know what I mean? You know, and not only that, we'll be free. We'll do it free.
Transforming and evolving, moving and shifting into something new.
We've evolved every year. Every year it's been a different concept. You know, like when we took the actual night from Aura and we went to Las Dalias, and that was a big step. Do you know what I mean? Because it was like all of a sudden we're a club night, you know, as well as the fact that you're putting money on the door on the ticket, which was a big shift for us. I was like, well, how do we switch that mentality in a way where people know that they're contributing not just to the production of the party, but to something for the greater good? And that's when I got involved with the charity Last Night a DJ Saved My Life. To just try and create this connection where we could be partying, but it'd be conscious partying, you know?
To us in a perfect and natural way. Everything in the material world comes from the spirit. The reason nature is alive is because there's a spirit.
Basically, in September 2018, 16 of us ventured up Kilimanjaro to obviously raise money for the children's homes, but to do the world's highest DJ set.
How are we feeling, George?
Feeling good, man. Surprisingly, when I woke up I didn't feel so great.
I'm feeling really, really good. The sun's out. Of course. Everybody seems to be in good spirits this morning. It's the hardest thing I've ever achieved. I mean, coming down, I was just like, never again, never again. Do you know what I mean? What was I thinking? And then I got to the bottom, and I was like, all teary and that. I got messaged off my sister, messaged off my wife, and me and Shovel just burst out crying. We were just like, oh.
Bring on the party at the top. Bring on the party at the top.
The climb was and the hike was challenging, yeah, there's no doubt about that. But the ripple effect of that and what we managed to achieve, you know, now we've seen the buildings being built and the difference that's been made, and you're like, that's so easy. Right now it's just like, right, by any means, let's just try and find an avenue where we can create some sense of awareness, do you know what I mean, and that we can help. Do you know what I mean? We just got to find the avenue, and music is a beautiful vehicle for that, you know. We know there's shit going on out there, do you know what I mean? But we're in a space where everything feels good. Now, don't you want to take some of that good energy and spread it around? Being at Las Dahlias has been amazing because there's so much history there. And like I say, it's the oldest nightclub in Ibiza. There's so many stories of who's played there, who's hung out there, and all this sort of stuff. So, you know, upon going there, I really felt like, wow, these walls have got like stories, and there's a spirit to the building. And the Ibiza spirit is a real thing. So then now, going into this new chapter, new season, stuff like that, having the opportunity to go to Pikes. To me, it's almost a full circle thing, because we've gone back to we've got the essence of what we had when we did Aura. It's a club, but it's not a club. It's more like a house party. Do you know what I mean? And we've got to do one more at Las Dahlias, and it's the 65th anniversary this year. So it was like, you know what? It's like, mate, why don't we do both? But why don't we have a finale up there where we will be able to bring back the drummers and the percussion and the MC and da-da-da. It's 10 years, it's a milestone, you know? It's like you can't not do something.
Here to celebrate 10 years of Wax the Jam. Are you ready to go on a little musical journey with us?
You know, man and woman, we have to talk.
So I was approached to do a residency at XOYO. And you forget that for some people, like, Wax the Jam is just like it's a thing that happens on a beautiful island in the Mediterranean. So when the XOYO guys approached us to do a residency, it's just like, right, it's the 10th year of Wax the Jam. This is what we've talked about for a long time, is taking it off the island and doing it, do you know what I mean? But still having the same spirit. If we're going to talk about where would I see Wax the Jam going and that, it would be to take it to different locations, you know. That's Wax the Jam Ibiza. I'd love to do Wax the Jam Costa Rica, Hawaii, anybody? You know, there's definitely a next generation of people that are getting into what Nightmares on Wax is doing and what Wax the Jam is about and stuff like that anyway. So it really opens up to a wider demographic, I believe. Apparently I'm in that era now where you get your daughter on the guest list. She's been on the case for guest list for the last 2 years, I think. That is great. I mean, she's doing all our social media for us this year as well, which is great. And it's nice to involve your family in what you're doing. I think it's important as well. Do you know what I mean? It's, you know, we're all family, right? It's good to have that experience and sharing them experiences together. It's like, I know it's amazing to see them with their friends on the dance floor and then shacking out and stuff like that, you know. Be a cool dad and that. I'm just super proud of what this space has created and how it's made all of us feel. Do you know what I mean? Everybody that's been there and everybody who's played there. As long as you've come and you've experienced something and you felt special. Do you know what I mean? You know, like, it's one of them moments in your life that you know is like, was so fucking good. Do you know what I mean? To me, that's what Wax the Jam should be remembered about.